This Steve Jones Show podcast is now loading. The Steve Jones Show podcast is presented by Sunbury Motor Company, Purdy Insurance, and Brewers Outlet. Bringing you an in-depth look at Penn State sports and more. This is the Steve Jones Show on News Radio 1070 WKOK. The Steve Jones Show is presented by Brewers Outlet, Sunbury Motor Company, and Purdy Insurance. Now from the Sunbury Motor Studio, here's Steve Jones.
And the opening half hour brought to you by Purdy Insurance, Market Street in Sunbury. Go to purdyinsurance.com. Auto, home, light business, boat, motorcycle, RV, Medicare. We all have a multitude of insurance needs. It's not just an insurance need. It is a multitude of insurance needs. You need the pros. That's who I turn to. Purdy Insurance. Market Street in Sunbury. Go to purdyinsurance.com. Todd, we welcome you back to the show.
Hello.
How are you, sir?
I'm doing good. I'm the lone wolf today at the radio station.
Really? Where is everybody?
Knoebels. It's their 50 Nifty Kids thing today.
Okay. Okay.
I'm jealous.
Well, guess who I can see right now on the roller coaster?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I think the suit's a behind-the-scenes guy for this one.
Is he really?
I would think so.
Are you sure?
Oh, I mean...
I'm telling you, he's on the roller coaster right now.
It's more fun to get in the flume and splash everybody these days.
Now, I would go on, let's see. Now, I haven't gone to an amusement park in years. And there was always, bump cars were always the big one. I could always do that. Okay. I could do that with complete ease. I love bump cars. Just a lot of fun. Real life bump cars, no. But bump cars at the amusement park, loved it. When I've gone to Hershey Park, I've done a couple of the water rides, which were fun. But I am not a roller coaster guy. And you know the weird thing is, Todd, I have no issue walking on a plane. Zero. Okay, I walk in, I sit down, boom, we take off. This turbulence, I could care less. Roller coaster, not big.
I've always been a roller coaster guy. I can't spin anymore. My daughter talked me into the teacups 2 summers ago, and it did not end well.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it's to the point now that we went swimming on July 4th, and I did a little, like a somersault in the water, and it made me really dizzy. I guess I can't spin at all anymore.
Oh, boy. Wow, that's graphic.
Yeah, it was not something I realized, because we used to go on, my brother and I used to go to Knoebels at least 3 or 4 times a summer, and Hershey Park once or twice a summer. I haven't been to Hershey Park in ages, other than for like the arena for concerts and football games.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, I think let's see. Oh, the suit weighs in. The Phoenix, the Twister, the log flume, I don't know what that is, and bumper cars. Those are my go-to. I'm not sure I fit there anymore. They won't let me on the roto jet anymore. I'm not sure I fit there either. Right? What is the log flume?
Like the log ride where you go around and in the end you go down come down like the roller coaster hill in the water and it splashes you.
I might be able to do that. You know what? I might be able to do that. Yeah.
Now before the season starts, we need a Steve and Todd day at Knoebels.
No. Steve is no. Now, I went and spoke there. I did go and speak there. Okay? Just so you know. I spoke there. And it was actually a great crowd.
Have you never played their golf course?
No, I've not.
No, there's a nice golf course right. It's Knoebels
like
now, but it used to be called Three Ponds.
Okay, I wouldn't mind doing that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll freely admit that can be a roller coaster ride too. Okay.
Mine's kind of the haunted house, so you're ahead of me.
Jeez. I mean, but I walked around the park, but I didn't go on any rides. And this, I think it was 2 years ago I went. So 2 years ago I went, I spoke. Then I walked around the park for a little bit, and took some pictures, and then I left. It's a beautiful park. I think the place is beautiful.
Still free parking?
Well,
still inexpensive for a family. It's great compared to other places.
Yeah. I think it's a great family place to go. And I met the management. They were really nice.
Should have went the extra 2 miles and went to the hallowed grounds of Southern Columbia High School.
It's okay. I got
You've seen a football stadium in the middle of a cornfield before.
Hey. How many do you want me to count? How many do you want me to count, Todd? But so that's what they're doing today, huh?
Yep.
Wow. Oof.
I was going to say it's for the kids, but it's also an excuse for the adults to go to Knoebels too. I think.
Yeah, are you kidding me? No, I hope they have a great time. All right, I hope they have a great time. I do. I really. Oh wait, and the suit also says I forgot the Cosmotron. The Cosmotron, a light and music ride. I want to host an 80s night.
So that goes around in a circle and plays you ride it. It goes frontwards and backwards while they play a current pop song.
Okay.
It's my daughter's favorite ride because she usually gets Taylor Swift.
Oh, okay. All right. A little Pennsylvania there.
I once lost my free Phillies painter cap there when I was a kid. The dumb stuff you remember.
Yeah. Yeah, that is under that category.
Yes.
Yeah.
We talked about catcher's interference yesterday. Did you see it happen again?
No.
Same team. Sorry.
Well, the Red Sox did it again?
Yeah.
Oh, did they really?
Except it's the one we talked about stepping in front of home plate.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah.
Bryce Harper tried to steal home, and the catcher...
Oh, I did see the play. And it was like they weren't sure if he was safe or not, and all of a sudden they realized they originally said it was a balk.
It's like the Johnny Bench thing I was talking yesterday. It's a balk end because I think he gets home. Like the runner goes to second, and the batter got first for it too.
Wow.
Yeah, it was. I think I was flipping around and I saw on SportsCenter later they put the rule up and it took up the entire screen. So it was one of those rules with several different subsets in baseball.
Oh, jeez. God. Wow. You know, my team needs to understand the rules. Because my friend Gary Goloszewski, I've mentioned many times, was at the game. He took his son Jack and his daughter Belle to the game, their first ever Major League Baseball game. And that was the catcher's interference game. It's like, and they had seats like the first row of left field.
You have to explain to the kids it's not always this weird.
Oh, no. Okay, so, all right. I think I've told this story before. It was a long time ago. Okay. My son was 6 years old, and I got tickets to see the Red Sox play the Twins, and this is 1988. So I take him to the game, and we have great seats. We're like just to the, if you're looking from center field, we're just to the right of home plate, maybe 15 rows back. I mean, pretty good at Fenway Park. All right. Roger Clemens is starting. Clemens goes 7. Red Sox are winning. So far, so good. Then the craziness starts to happen. The Red Sox give up the lead because they take Clemens out. So Clemens is done after 7. Red Sox are winning the game, I think, 5-2. Right? They take Clemens out. The bullpen gives up the runs. And now it's 5-5. And Joe Morgan, and this is the older Joe Morgan, is the manager of the Red Sox, and he decides to pinch hit for Jim Rice. And we can look right in the dugout, and Rice is furious, and he's yelling and screaming at him. They're fighting back and forth. The guy goes to the plate, and he ends up grounding out the third. And it's like, it was one of those like headline-raising arguments. Then, in the 10th inning, Kirby Puckett homers. So now it's 6-5 Twins. But in the middle of the next at-bat for the Twins, this guy climbs up on the guy wire that holds up the backstop and starts shimmying down the guy wire. Right? Now he's just about above us, and he's up on top of the screen. He's trying to lead cheers, and the fans at Fenway are ready to kill him. Right? There's nobody following his lead. Okay? Nobody following his lead at all. Okay? And so now the police are going after him, and he runs up the screen and into the Red Sox broadcast booth where more police are waiting for him, and they haul him away. Right? So now we go to the bottom of the 10th inning. The Red Sox get 2 on. Todd Benzinger hits a walk-off 3-run homer, and the Red Sox win the game 8-6. I looked at my son Mike. I said, "No, Mikey, look, not every game is like this."
If it was, their ratings would be way better than they are now.
And again, the suit, double faux pas. After last night's oops, the Red Sox catcher was trying to find exactly where Pawtucket was, and do they fly there from Philly for his next appearance in AAA. Number 1, the Red Sox AAA affiliate is not in Pawtucket, it's in Worcester. And number 2, Narvaez has been a big reason why the Red Sox are in the playoff hunt right now. He's going nowhere. Know your opponent. He had a couple bad nights.
I think part of it is that how they teach them how to catch it now too. I think they reach. They're
They
way
do.
closer to the batter than they used to be too. You see way more catcher's interference now than you used to.
I mean, the catcher's interference the other night, for example. Look, they're like, oh, I hit the glove. Well, the reason you hit the glove is that you were late. You were not going to hit the ball. Okay? It's like, let's be honest here, right? You were outclassed on that pitch. You got lucky.
And they want them to reach out for it so they get it, so so they can frame it easier. And when you watch it from above, you can very clearly see the catcher reach up to grab the ball as it's crossing the plate. Well, it's not quite crossing the plate; it's behind him. Yes, he was super late on that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But it is strange how it happened in back-to-back games.
Now, is it the correct call? Yes.
Yes.
I'm just saying, like, from a baseball point of view, you got outclassed, pal. You got lucky. Totally lucky.
Wow. There's not many people catching up to Jordan Hicks anyway.
No, but Jordan needs to catch up to Jordan, okay? Because that's always been his issue. Even when he was here, I felt like he walked too many people. I always felt that way.
I do imagine it's so hard and moves so much. It is probably kind of hard to figure out where it's going.
Right.
Sometimes.
I mean, he throws over 100.
Yeah. He's the one with the nasty slider too, I think.
Yeah, because the Red Sox are going to lose the game.
Yeah.
There's no getting around. They are going to lose the game. And the reason they're going to lose the game is simple. All right? The bases are loaded because he walked the bases loaded. Well, I mean, the designated runner was already on. So he walked two guys. The bases are loaded with nobody out. I mean, you're telling me he's getting out of that? What are the odds?
Not great.
Well said.
Could have ripped off a 1-2-3 double play.
Maybe a triple play.
Maybe. Hey, why not? Go.
Let's go all the way here.
Are they? I was checking to see if we were competing with them today, but they're not on again. They're not on 107.3 till 6:30 tonight.
Yeah, it's a night game.
Ooh,
Yeah.
we might get Matt wound up next week too. If I didn't realize the Phillies are at the Yankees all weekend.
Oh yeah, they are. Oh no, they are. And I mean, the Phillies will take 2 out of 3. I mean, the Yankees are a wreck. I mean, really, it's an enjoyable wreck to watch. It's like it's like you are rooting for the iceberg.
The Yankees are one of those teams you're either rooting for them or the iceberg. There's no in between there.
Oh, exactly. I mean, they attract everybody.
Go Berg.
They attract the people that don't like them. They attract the people that love them. All right? That's why people watch them left and right. I mean, there's a group out there every single game. They are aching for them to win, and there's a group out there just hoping that the iceberg wins. So, right? That's what makes for a team of immense popularity.
I was going to say the Blue Jays almost got the 12th straight.
Yeah, I know.
I do like though because they were all over Ben Rice the night before, and then they were in love with Ben Rice last night.
Oh, of course. But that's the way sports happens to be. I mean, the sports is like that all the time. That's. I don't know.
Fans fickle never.
No, au contraire, mon frere. Yeah. All right, we'll take a break. Is what, Jody Mac next?
Yep, Jody Mac's at 135 and Jerry Dulac at 235.
235, yeah. Here on News Radio 1070 WKOK.
Hi, Hi, this is Season. For over 100 years, the Purdy Insurance Agency has been protecting families and businesses of the greater Susquehanna Valley and beyond. With the experience of our trained and knowledgeable staff, you can rest assured that your needs will be evaluated and met by some of the industry's best representatives. No matter what your insurance needs are, call Purdy Insurance today at 570-286-5855. Visit our website at purdyinsurance.com or check us out on Facebook to see what we can do for you.
Bringing you an in-depth look at Penn State sports and more. This is the Steve Jones Show on News Radio 1070 WKOK. The Steve Jones Show is presented by Purdy Insurance, Brewers Outlet, and Sunbury Motor Company. Now from the Sunbury Motor Studio, here's Steve Jones.
This half hour being brought to you by our good friends at Sunbury Motors, 4th Street in Sunbury, Sunbury Motors Kia, routes 11 and 15 in Hummel's Wharf, and online at sunburymotors.com. Ford, Kia, Hyundai, best in new inventory, great pre-owned inventory with the Sunbury Motors guarantee, terrific service department, whether it happens to be inspections, quick lane, routine, difficult, they handle it all at Sunbury Motors, 4th Street in Sunbury, Sunbury Motors Kia. Routes 11 and 15 in Hummel's Wharf, and online at sunburymotors.com. It's always a great day when I get to talk to Jody Mac. Jody, how are you?
Very good, Steve. How's your summer going?
So far, great. Enjoying it very much. Okay, I'll get to the Eagles in a moment, but the Phillies have come out of the break. They've done some good things. Trade deadline is coming up. What would your recommendation be for Dave Dombrowski?
Well, the signing of Dave Robertson this week, who I'm a fan of, liked him his first time through. Unfortunately, he almost never pitched due to injury. 2-year contract, pitched a handful of games for the Phillies. Came back, pitched well for him again in 22 when they went to the World Series. His second stop through, and they're hoping third time's a charm. Nobody knows. He hadn't pitched all year, so we'll get a look at him. But to get him, who's a legit closer type in MLB baseball, even at the ripe age of 40, and not have to give anything up other than money. No prospects. They paid him a lot. $6 million for 2.5 months is a whole hell of a lot, but I think it's a smart move if you're trying to preserve your prospects to make a different deal. My guess is they're still out there looking for a right-handed bat, probably more outfield bat, more right-handed than left-handed. So I like what Dombrowski did in that he believes he improved in an area of need and weakness by getting a pitcher without having to give up anything other than cash to get him.
Right. So, I mean, almost everybody's looking for bullpen help. I mean, almost everybody is. That's why I look at on the western side between Santana and Bednar with the Pirates. I mean, the odds are long that they're still members of the Pirates 2 weeks from now. So, I mean, is that something the Phillies might look at as a possibility, or maybe somebody more in the middle?
That's a good question. If they get a Bednar, they would make a choice as their closer. If Clase of Cleveland somehow shakes free, he would also assume that role. I don't think there's any way Miller of Oakland is going to be moved. Everybody's been in for 2 years, and the A's haven't moved on. They're going to do so now. So, yeah, I think if they get another bullpen piece, they'd make do with where they had to put him, what his strength was, middle, lead-in, and/or closer. But as of right now, I think, at least my estimation is, they need an outfielder worse. They need a right-handed bat in the outfield. I know Max Kepler had a home run last night, but he's been a major disappointment this year. If they can get a right-handed bat that plays either left field or center field, I think that would be the number one priority that Dombrowski would have.
The Sixers continue to be an interesting story in the offseason. How do you look at that franchise?
Interesting in that they still got a piece sitting out there. Quentin Grimes, who they traded for in season last year, came over, played really well. The team stunk. They just kept losing games, but it wasn't because of Quentin Grimes. he played pretty darn well for them, and he's a restricted free agent. Nobody signed this guy, and nobody has money left in the league to give him, like, top-flight money. The Sixers can, because they can go over the cap to re-sign their own guy. So it looks to me like if he wants to make the most money he can make, he needs to come back to the Sixers. And then if they do, they'll have a plethora of good, solid guards. No big guards. They're all a little undersized, which bothers me a little bit. But between last year's first-round pick, this year's first-round pick, Maxey and Grimes, that's a nice little foursome to be able to rotate in your backcourt. So it all comes down to Embiid. If Embiid's healthy, then they're a playoff contender. If they're not, it'll be the same slop they put out this past year. But I'll at least have a little optimism because I think they've surely upgraded their guards.
All right, now let's get to the part everybody's excited about, the Eagles. So going into training camp, and training camps are so much different than when you and I are younger. I mean, no question. But in this training camp, give me a couple of guys that you're interested to see if they are better and can help the team more than they did last year.
Key is going to be on the edge. That's where the Eagles took the biggest hit this offseason, losing one via free agent, losing one via retirement, and losing one via trade. Well, I don't even know if you can say parting ways with Huff was losing. They traded him because it was a bad signing. About the only thing Howie Roseman did wrong all last year. So they really do need to hope that the young guys, the Nolan Smiths and the Jalen Hunts of the world, step right in and can be legit rotational edge guys in the National Football League. That's the one position that I have some trepidation on going into the season. Yeah, they traded CJ, and they've got a couple of maybes at linebacker. The kid Kuba they took in the second round, finally got him signed. To me, is probably the leader in the clubhouse to start at safety, but Sidney Brown's going to get a chance. Tristan McCollum's going to get a chance. So they need to have a couple of guys step up who were marginal contributors and or rookies this year for the defense to be able to be close to as good as last year. And I know Fangio was phenomenal. I don't know that he's a miracle worker. With as much as they lost, it'd be really, I think, taxing to make him believe that he's going to have the number one defense in football. But they've got enough talented players. They should be one of the number one defenses in football, if not the number one overall.
How do you feel about pass rush and where they can generate that from?
Yeah, that's coming off the edge. That does scare me a little bit. But again, if you like Fangio, and I do,
yes,
he'll figure a way to scheme it a little bit. He's not afraid. He's not a power blitz guy, but he's not afraid to bring someone off the edge every once in a while. I think Zach Vaughn will be given a little bit more leeway this year to maybe get upfield and contribute a sack or two. They won't be as good off the edge and getting to the quarterback as they were last year, but I do think they'll be good enough.
It's interesting. When Jason Kelsey decided to retire, they made the move. Jurgens goes over to center from guard, which he'd been being groomed to be the next center anyway. But they do have to make an adjustment up front this year. How do they fill that spot up front?
Tyler Steen and someone, I think it was someone on the defensive side who was impressed with the way that he's played so far. So far in practice, that's all it is practice.
Right.
But when they drafted him 2 years ago, they were planning on giving him a shot to grab a starting position his rookie year. It didn't happen, but that was okay. It was a kind of a shot. Last year, he was supposed to be their starting right guard, but he got hurt, and Mekhi Becton went in and played great and never looked back. This year, he's once again competing for the job, but he's got a big leg up, and I think it's about time Tyler Steen live up to his second-round draft status.
I have no question about that. So, Gainwell goes. Look, Barkley's not going to take every single snap back there. How do you look at the guy that can give them a few moments here and there, not only running the ball but catching the ball?
That's been one of the more fun, debatable things about the Eagles this offseason, at least for me, how much should Saquon Barkley be used? Had over 500 touches last year. You can't use him as much this year. They've got to cut back. We'll see. I don't know that they're going to cut him back. The guy was so good, and he didn't even sniff getting hurt last year. I think he's still going to be one of the most used backs in the National Football League. I like the Will Shipley draft 2 years ago when they took him in the 4th round.
Yes.
Because Barkley was as good as he was, and because they had Gainwell last year, I think he got underused. This year he'll be certainly used more coming out of the backfield. And A.J. Dillon, we'll see. He was very good in Green Bay before he got hurt and has always been hurt. But if he can stay healthy, he'll be a good 3rd down if you only need a yard or two. We know they've got these best rushing quarterbacks for short yardage in the National Football League. There's a guy I'd like to take a little bit more of the pressure off. I'd rather give Jalen, the quarterback, a little bit more of a break on the push. I know. Everybody wants to see the push run. Everybody wants them to stick it down the throats of the National Football League because they tried to push it out. If Jalen doesn't have to do as much as he's done previously, and A.J. Dillon can do a little bit more from between the tackles, I'd be perfectly fine with that.
Yeah, no, well, exactly. I mean, look, I'll give Hurts credit. The tush push is one thing. But when he's in the open field, I think he does a great job of recognizing, okay, I need to slide, or he does a great job of finding the sideline. I think he's so smart as to how he avoids contact that he potentially sees. You can't, something from behind you can't pick up on. But I think he's brilliant at that. I mean, he has a real sense, okay, we're done. All right? And I've always liked that about him.
He's gotten much better at that. He wasn't great at that his first year as a full-time starter. No. I thought he put himself at risk a lot, which wasn't good. But you're right, he's gotten a lot better. And I'm even okay, because the offense should be as good as it is, when he just takes a sack, too, which was another thing early in his starting career. He never did. He'd sprint, he'd move, he'd try and force the ball into a tough spot. He was a little bit of a risk taker. This past year, if he had nowhere to go, he would just sit down and say, all right, well, I'll get you next down, which is oftentimes the smarter thing to do. You live to throw another day. So, yeah, I think Jalen has become not only an elite quarterback, but a very smart quarterback like you do as well.
And you know what? And I think you're also smart. You've got great weapons on the outside, the best in the business. But I also like how he uses his tight end. And, you know, that's going to be at least, I think, another luxury for him again this year.
That was my biggest bugaboo during the entire offseason. The fact that they kind of let Goddard sit out there. He had a year to go on his deal, but there was rumors about him being cut to save money under the salary cap. They eventually negotiated a reduction in his pay, which I don't think he really deserved. And the Eagles don't usually do that. They're giving Saquon Barkley an extension that he still had 2 years left to go in his contract. Yeah. So they made an evaluation of what his worth would be on the open market, and Dallas wanted to stay, so he ended up taking the financial haircut. I hope he has a big year. I've been a Dallas Goddard fan since the Eagles drafted him. I do think he's a key contributor on their offense. I know he misses a handful of games every single year, but their running game is just better when he's in the lineup. I'm hoping Dallas has a really good year and gets a little bit of a compensational break next year and gets a fatter contract from the Eagles or whoever else he decides to go to.
Right, no, exactly right. I hope so as well. When you look at the other teams in the division, the one team to look at is going to be Washington, Dallas to a point. McLaurin right now is not in camp. You know they'll sign him. Parsons is in camp. I don't know what Jerry Jones is thinking, but that's okay. What's your thought on those two teams right now?
Here's my knock on the Commanders. Jaden Daniels made several lists this year during the offseason where he was rated above Jalen Hurts. Hello? One guy's won a Super Bowl, been there twice. The other guy went mano-a-mano against him in the championship game, and his team got washed. I know, he had a great year, phenomenal year as a rookie. So did C.J. Stroud the year before, and he came back to the pack a little bit. I don't think Jaden Daniels is taking another step up. That would be really hard to ask him to do, but I don't think he's going to. But to be rated as the 5th or 6th best quarterback in the league off 1 year, yeah, that's a little bit of an overstatement in my eyes, which means I think Jaden Daniels faced a little pressure this year, more so than Jalen Hurts is here in Philadelphia.
Well, okay. This is what I always find bizarre. Okay, you and I both know what the meaning of a track record is. Mm-hmm. There's a big difference between a track record, long-term ups and downs, and 1 year. Yep. That's ridiculous.
I think the Eagles should be heavy favorite again in the East. Jerry Jones has got the Micah Parsons problem, which he's got to figure out. Don't know if he can, don't know if he will. And I'll tell you, it's not impossible in my eyes that Micah Parsons gets traded. Yeah. That is still a possibility. I know Eagle fans would like to see him come here in Philadelphia because of his Penn State ties. I don't know if I would think it's highly unlikely that Jerry would trade him to the Eagles. They'd have to overpay what everybody else would be offering. And, oh, by the way, almost every team in the NFL would be interested in acquiring Micah Parsons. I would not be surprised. I know Jerry got Dak done, but he overpaid. I know he got C.D. Lamb done, but he had to overpay. He might finally draw the line and say, I'm not overpaying, and they might end up moving Parsons rather than getting it done.
Because Myles Garrett set the new bar at $40 million. T.J. Watt then reset the bar at $41. Mm-hmm. Now it's Parsons. Now, in Garrett and in Watt's case, you're talking about third contracts. Parsons is a second contract. And for a guy that's, as I properly mentioned and perfectly phrased, he overpaid for Prescott. He overpaid for C.D. Lamb. He's overpaid for a bunch of guys over the year. Now, out of nowhere, he's got a spine?
Yeah, I do think that that's a possibility. I know most people don't. Jerry will overpay again. He's been a little bit more outspoken about this, and I think that at this stage of his career as the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, I think Jerry likes the attention. I think Jerry likes being what people are debating on ESPN, and the best way to do that would be to trade Michael Parsons rather than overpay again.
Very, very interesting. All right. I know we're not quite to the Saratoga run yet, but I do have to ask you, is there anything you're interested with the Travers and so forth coming up and with the potential field of that?
Nice, gonna be a nice showdown. I think your two top 3-year-olds will be going mano a mano against Sovereignty, and they already shipped journalism over to win the Haskell list last week, so you know he's going to Saratoga to just get ready for the Travers. That should be a phenomenal race, and whoever wins it will be the top candidate for horse of the year. Older 3-year-old, any horse, and may very well be your Breeders' Cup Classic favorite. No, we got months to do before we get there. But, yes, us horse racing fans are always looking months ahead. Speaking of which, are you ready for this one, Steve?
Okay, let me brace. Okay, go ahead.
Real good horse saw at Parks on Monday. 2-year-old. No, we're still 37 weeks from the Kentucky Derby. Yeah. Remember this name, Flying Hawaiian. I don't know if he's named after Shane Victorino or not, but Butch Reed trains won by 8 at Parks on Monday. Put him in your Kentucky Derby future watch.
And who was the trainer again?
Butch Reed, one of the best at Parks.
Butch Reed is really good. Really good. One of those, great feel for the animal, great feel for the sport guys. Yeah,
he is. So remember, Flying Hawaiian.
That's easy. Hold on. I don't even have to write that one down. That's great. I love it. Jody, you're the best, pal. Appreciate you.
Always love coming on with you, Steve. Anytime, brother.
You bet. The great one, Jody MacDonald. Oh, my goodness. You notice we went 4 different sports, different topics. He handles them all. Hey, by the way, we did get an email in from Jesse, who sent an email to me about our discussion yesterday about the Big Ten play-in games. His email was, are those Big Ten play-in games going to be during the other conference championship games? Jesse, the answer would be yes. Okay, next. I'm going to have a hard time watching one of those over Texas, Georgia, or Iowa State, Arizona State, barring Penn State playing. Completely understand that. The odds of the odds of Iowa State playing Arizona State is certainly real. Texas and Georgia, if the SEC were to go to the same model, both of those teams may not be in those play-in games. They may be in the get through because they're first or second, or one of them may be in one of the playoff play-in games while the other one gets the bye. So I do agree with you, by the way. It's more intriguing to watch Texas play Georgia than it would be to watch Iowa play. I think Indiana would have been the game last year. Iowa, Indiana. The other game would have been Ohio State, Illinois, I believe. All right. Half hour brought to you by our good friends at Sunbury Motors, 4th Street in Sunbury. Sunbury Motors Kia, routes 11 and 15 in Hummels Wharf, and online at sunburymotors.com and News Radio 1070 WKOK.
Party time, game time, or just fun time. Doesn't matter what time it is because it's Brewers Outlet time. The beverage supermarket has the area's largest beer selection. Imports, microbrews, ciders, and domestics. Pick from over 100 ice-cold 12-packs and dozens of 24-ounce singles. Soda, snacks, hot sauces, fresh roasted peanuts. Make it one-stop party shopping, and don't forget the pickle bar. So whatever you're celebrating or just doing it up, Brewers Outlet, Reagan Street, Sunbury wants to see you. And thank you for your years of patronage.
Sunbury Motors Ford is turning up the heat with the hottest deals of the summer at the North 4th Street Auto Plaza in Sunbury. Get behind the wheel of a brand new 2025 Ford Escape, over $6,800 off on select models. That's right, starting at just $24,975. Wow. A brand new SUV for under $25,000. Or take the road in a brand new Ford Explorer, now at the lowest price of the year, only $37,795. And check this out. They've got 26 Ford F-150s, America's best-selling truck, with savings close to $13,000. Yours from just $48,569. Want even more? How about 0% APR for 48 months on most models? These deals won't last. Head to Sunbury Motors Ford on North 4th Street in Sunbury. Or visit sunburymotors.com before they're gone.